what I mean by ally is
Nice.
historically when Karthus was a monster and he could be picked super early, B1, R1, R2, etc., there were many other champions that existed in the meta at that point. Irelia was one of them, Akali in her old state, Urgot, Aatrox. These were all champions that were very prevalent and could just take things over on their own, and they had very little responses. So Karthus had many friends back in the day. Obviously, Irelia, she comes in as more so a counter now. Still an ally, though. One of the best champions for Karthus to be paired with. And we'll have to see what ends up happening here. If they go the distance, Karthus and Syndra are going to get invalidated. It's just going to be so hard for Spirit
There's a million
and
shields.
Fly. Yeah, there's a million shields. Karma's going to get Athene's Unholy Grail.
So much MR.
There's going to be so much MR on the enemy team. Requiem will just not deal damage.
Down at my pick ban sheet to remember what champion he was playing in the last game. And it's generally not a good sign. So it's pretty unfortunate for him. He looked okay when we saw him in promotions when Dynamics were winning, but it's easy to play Aphelios before he gets nerfed as your team is winning, right? That's a totally different situation. Now it's like he's in the big leagues and he's surrounded by all these titans in the AD carry role. And, you know, he can't do it alone either. You know, it's not all on him. I think he and GuGer as a duo have struggled. So
yeah,
it's not easy, but he's going to try to use the Caitlyn, which is obviously very powerful nowadays.
And Fly starting off by taking a little bit of damage, and now taunting Kuzan here. By the way, I think the way that this lines up is, okay, so Karma did get a Mana Flow band, but they're both going to be missing some resources here as soon as the lane starts. Not the end of the world. Also, the Scorch on Syndra. Really
second time in a row.
Yeah, this is definitely interesting. And also Spirit going Presence of Mind on Karthus. We saw this yesterday as well.
Do you know the...
right. Minigame.
Yeah, okay.
How fast can Spirit clear?
Always got to pay attention to that.
305 is like the baseline, like, accepted. But if you're absolutely inhuman, you can do it sub 3 minutes. You can do it sub 255.
Whoa.
And that is a massive difference. If you're really, really, really bad at using his lay waste and weaving in his autos and kiting the patience on the camps, you can have something as horrendous and terribad as like 325, 330.
Okay, I'm going to remember those adjectives that you used. And we'll see how it lines up here for our Afreeca jungler, who, as you mentioned, he also said in an interview that he thought that Karthus was just bad. And now he's playing it, which is, it's pretty interesting to note that. So maybe he was doing a little bit of trolling, or maybe he has come to see the light. And we'll have to wait and see here. He's kiting the right down towards the Raptors. Probably going to start kiting it up here. It's actually the only thing I'm watching right now. Is the bottom lane is kind of, you know, they're going to do a bit of trading back and forth, but they should be okay.
Almost like they're just gonna, they're just gonna get shoved in here, and Mystic not really suffering all that much. I mean, him and Ben are still very high HP.
Ooh, 3 minutes.
3 minutes, and Spirit almost at 305. It's still actually a little bit slow.
Yeah.
Not the end of the world. All right, so about 5-6 seconds.
Yeah, it's, you know.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's around average. Not bad. He's going to get that good clear off, and Olaf is going to have a similar clear. And he's immediately running up towards the top side here. Oh. Knows that Karthus doesn't necessarily go for it, and the back was delayed, actually.
Yeah, this is actually a really big deal. Olaf, if he kites the crab towards mid lane, Karma has prio, bot has prio. Olaf can double crab. Fly has no mana, he can just run through mid.
It's like he wants to hide it. It looks like he's still going to the bottom side, but he doesn't want to show.
There's nothing to really hide. You know, everyone knows that this is what you have to go for. This is pretty much forced. And yeah, I mean,
he's going to get it anyway, it looks like.
Yeah, it does look like he will get it anyway. Fly getting rolled in mid lane here.
Yeah,
right now.
I don't really know how that happens.
Okay.
Yeah, you get back on a controller. Nice little bit of poke there from Spirit. Olaf will now go for the back. As, yeah, mid's going well. The jungle seemingly pretty even for now. As Olaf is going to be a little bit later to get onto the map. He took a little bit of extra time and safety to Beyond, as we did mention before. But other than that, not much other action other than the bottom lane, which is obviously doing quite well with the Caitlyn Lux.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Spirit, I mean, he's just playing single player on Karthus. He's perma-farming all of his camps, trying to clear them off reset. Okay, I don't see, this is where it gets really weird. Dynamics outscales. They outscale Afreeca, and Beyond is going for these very coin flippy plays. If Karthus was just kiting to the right, nothing happens. He doesn't get a steal. And he's just delaying the capture of all of his camps, and this doesn't matter either. I mean, he's just flipping coins for no reason. So when you see this, it's not justifiable. It's not like, oh, well, he wants
to GuGer. I think GuGer might be going down here. No, he's still got flash too, actually. So the route, in the end, isn't going to amount to much, and they do not continue to chase there, knowing GuGer still has his summoners available.
So right now, on the minimap, we just see Olaf. He's choosing Wolf as his first starting camp. The amount of pressure he's under right now, because he just blundered the last 30 seconds away for pretty much nothing. He did get the big Raptor as a steal away, but now his jungle, it's like a 7-10 split right now. He's going to get the Raptor camp, but then his Gromp has yet to be consumed, and then so do the Krugs. So it's very awkward because all of Karthus' camps, they just keep lining up, and he's ticking. He's ticking away, and eventually he'll explode.
We haven't seen too much from the top lane. This is going to be a turnaround here as Ignite will come in, but still going for the chase as the mark is on to Rich. You can see Kiin, he was thinking about it, but a little bit of burn damage. Maybe coming in there, he gets aggro, and he will have to back away now, as neither of those top laners do have teleport anymore. As a nice little trade back and forth. This Scuttle Crab, finally Spirit's going to be able to pick up one for his own, and they're actually pinging the Dragon. They at least saw that he was doing the Scuttle Crab, but he's not actually going to go for the Dragon just yet.
And this is really interesting. Fly has lost Chapter, and yet they're not just giving the blue buff to Spirit to speed everything up. Instead, Fly's actually taking it. And given that Syndra doesn't play a very key part in anything going on right now, it surprises me a bit. Beyond's now going to make his way to his stunted Gromp. So Spirit just very far ahead.
Poor Gromp taking all the blame. Now he's the stunted one.
Yep.
Feels bad.
Not a whole lot really going on, though. Nice little stun there, but Chalice already complete, so Karma with the magic resistance.
Really, the only thing that the blue does is help with pushing the lane, right? I mean, it's not like he's going to be able to spam down the Karma with 3 corrupting pots and Chalice. Like, I don't think that's going to happen.
So the blue buff combined with the Lost Chapter passive and the fact that Syndra can go back to full mana, it lets Fly sustain into either blasting plus boots or just outright into Ludens, depending on how Fly plays the lane. So there is that upside. We'll have to see. And Beyond is, I mean, he's flipping again. It's just, it's
Draggy Ice.
Really insane.
Okay, Flash comes in here, and they're just going to run down Spirit. No way he can get away now, as the Requiem will come in, as that is not going to be enough damage. Fly looking for it. Look at the rotation coming up from Ben at the same time. They really want to try to continue. The Flash comes in, and it's not enough damage. The shield as well, the Inspire from Kuzan. A little bit late, but does not matter. And now the Flash, just extra, taken away from Afreeca.
Yeah, and now, I mean, Afreeca, they are feeling probably under a bit of pressure. This is a double buff Karma now. And so Spirit, even though he ended up securing the red, the follow-up just really not quite there. It wasn't able to utilize the passive of Death Defied. And deokdam and GuGer down here in bot lane. They do have a small CS advantage. If Aphelios gets all 3 of these, then they're up about 9. Not the end of the world. But I think if you're a Dynamics fan, you're feeling pretty comfortable right now. All things considered. And that Mountain Dragon is actually, it's so important. for both of these parties. Afreeca needs to really deny it away from Dynamics, but Dynamics need to get it because every little bit of extra armor and MR against this Afreeca comp is so big, even though it's only one. Kiin. Oh, we're doing a little bit of freezing up here.
Yeah.
A little bit of that.
I like it. And I like how Kiin he's kind of been given the go-ahead to just play whatever kind of really aggressive, mechanically challenging champion that he wants, right? Plays game number 1 Akali, game number 2 Irelia. That's not it's not your normal repertoire for top laners. You see a lot of Kennen, some Renekton, of course. Easier stuff. But Kiin, he gets the go-ahead. And I would do the same for Kiin, as we're going to try to break this down as well, again.
Well, we can just see Spirit, he ends up getting it, and then right here in the brush, when all of the vision is just gone, I would have actually expected them to just start turning it immediately, so that they're pulled into an awkward situation and Syndra can just sort of free deal from that point, and you can utilize
got a fight going here as he's going for the kill. The autos will be enough, and the TP is not going to come in from Kuzan as he got denied at the same time. So Kiin with the straight up solo kill, and now Beyond has to stem this hurt up in the top side. So once again, Kiin he's doing his job. He's trying to carry his team.
Yeah, and I mean, he's just doing so well right now. He's up almost 30 CS. He also has the ability to probably get a turret plate on this next wave. He's going Blade of the Ruin King first on Irelia here. And now Spirit is going to start up the Mountain Dragon. Olaf's going to be a little bit too late. Today is not the day. Syndra able to crash in that wave. She has the first response and the low ground over the right-hand side. And Ben really keeping GuGer and deokdam honest. And this is not the kind of pressure that you would want out of Kate and Lux. And so, in an unfortunate turn of events, Dynamics, they actually lose the first Mountain after such a strong start for their mid and bot.
Yeah, and I don't really know how they managed that, but at the end of the day, we have Kiin once again going for the solo kill, and he might just get it here. Well, not going to continue there. Neither of them had flash available.
Well, yeah.
Or not flash, ultimate. Sorry.
And Requiem's available, so remember that. I have no idea what Beyond's doing. He's flipping so many coins. He's and gambling.
Flipping coins is really fun.
Okay.
It's just, it's a little bit addicting. You want to, you know,
all right,
gotta tone it down a little bit.
Gonna be summoned down here in bottom lane.
Yeah, they're gonna get all those plates, of course, for the bottom side of the map. Kiin here, at the same time, is he is dumpstering this top lane, by the way. This isn't just the solo kill, it's also the massive CS difference that you can see is pretty insane, as we're gonna look at this as well.
We're gonna take a look at this.
그냥 테란 탔어.
Said, yeah.
가는 거 같은데?
I teleported. I got this guy.
나도 생각해볼게. 텔 끊어줄 수 있어. 끊어줄게.
I can stop it, I can stop it.
나이스.
Nice. Oh, it was a nice F key, I think, too. On a fly, you know?
Oh. Getting me excited.
Yeah.
Fly, he knows what's up. He's been watching some Faker streams, some LS streams.
F keys are definitely nice.
Cannon, no!
Oh. Well. Kuzan now with the blue. I mean, he's winning lane in the CS department. He also had so much control earlier after the double buff gift and Syndra losing her flash, but never really find any way to utilize it. By the way, I don't believe that Olaf has used Predator. Right? I mean, it's really weird. Because everyone's just been pushing, and that's not what you do when you have Olaf. You try to lane manipulate.
Maybe he used it in the fight over the red buff that one time. That's really the only time I think that he may have used it. And be honest, he just loves being next to Karthus. If Karthus is there, he's there. Look at him, he's like, okay, I'll catch him going south now. Just gonna find a control ward as... Okay, here we go. They've got the Requiem. Do they have the damage? Looks like the no with the exhaust that comes out of GuGer. Also flash and heal used by deokdam, but double flash by Afreeca.
Yeah, double flash by Afreeca. I don't know why Spirit went over to the right-hand side if Ben was going to go in. Because Karthus can just be there with Wall of Pain and try to set up even more. So a little bit reckless there, but not the end of the world. And you can see the double magic resist item on Karma. And when she has her mantra shields in the later stages, it definitely hurts. Chalice also on Lux to make things worse. Eventually, Kennen will probably get Banshee's Veil.
I think this is just going to turn into the Kiin show again.
Yeah,
the Kiin Mystic show.
Kiin needs to show up, and Mystic needs to show up. And oddly enough, they're on two champions that shouldn't be able to do it against the enemy team comp. Irelia should get locked up and be unable to really break through dynamic. And Aphelios shouldn't be able to play the game with how much terrain control dynamics have. But it's going to be on the two champions that have the hardest time to try to carry this one home. Because Syndra, I mean, she's so far behind. Okay.
Yeah, you'd see the magic resistance coming in as he's not even going to be in range to ultimate, and now he has to flash just to make sure he can't get locked down. Fly, it looks like he's a little bit frustrated with that Karma, with this lane. Trying to combo her down and having really no success. Now Beyond is here just to say hello with TP coming in. We have the second Rift Herald and the Cloud Drake coming up near the same time. And so both of these teams are going to focus on this. Looks like they want to come up here and take Shirley, potentially. But need to catch the top wave at the same time.
And Cloud Dragon should just go the way of Afreeca. And if you're Afreeca here, the Drake that you want to roll is Infernal. So
yeah, for sure.
You want to just have as much damage as you possibly can to try to chew through. Ocean doesn't have as much purpose, except for the Irelia. I mean, Irelia and Syndra, I guess, can benefit a bit. But again, it's not as reliable as the straight-up raw engage because of the way that the team fights are going to unfold.
Infernal it is. Oh, GuGer. Oh, he's lucky he dodged that Moonlight Vigil. Otherwise, that could have been a dead Lux. As Ben he's just hanging out, trying to bait here for his team, and he might just be able to, as Beyond will go down eventually. That's going to be a good trade for Afreeca in the 1-for-1. And yeah, they're also going to get that kill over to the Karthus. So definitely love to get some more items and try to get ahead of all the magic resistance stack that is on the side of Team Dynamics. That kill will help do just that.
Oh. Afreeca.
Oh, really trying to go 1v1 here as Portabelt comes in, and Mystic gonna get the root, but he's dead. There was no vision, and he just was like, yeah, I should be safe here, but Kennen is going to kill him 100 out of 100 times there. Interesting
thing here as well is at I'm trying to okay, so let's say the R hits. You're not going in.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I honestly I think it was probably just a fat finger. Now, this is also an example where, so Spirit, he's going for Leandries. And one of the upsides with Leandries when the opponents have so much MR is, well, it still deals the damage to the epic monsters, so Dragon and Baron. You get extra damage there. But with all the MR stack, you need penetration eventually, and so I'm curious to see if he will go Leandries into Rylai's for that support type playstyle. Ben does end up dying here, but not before helping Spirit pick himself up a kill.
That's always a good trade.
I can go here.
Just saying, is there a ward? And
앞에다 볼게요, 그럼 제가.
I'm just gonna try to see if they're, you know.
was
아,
pretty straightforward from him. What?
He's laughing. It's almost like I don't.
There's no analysis for that.
Yeah.
There's nothing to say about that.
He definitely.
Let's just hope that was an embarrassed laugh.
Maybe he
not
hit.
a,
Maybe
something
he
else.
thought he hit P and he was gonna type in Leandre's to get the item in the inventory, and then no, that wouldn't even make. I don't.
Well, they're in a lot of trouble here. The flash comes out of Mystic, but he just can't play against this comp. And Afreeca, they kind of look all over the place now. They're going to get caught out there farming way down the lane. But I suppose at least Kennen is not down in the bottom lane. So Kiin says, well, I'm going to attack here. Notices they're moving towards Baron. He doesn't have teleport, so he's got to move up. But then they notice that they're not doing the Baron, so he'll move down and take the turret.
Yep. He's going to go back down here. And Aurelia's about 13 and a half. See where she is at the very end of this wave. Should be about 13.6, 13.7. Oh!
How is this happening?
Okay.
That's, we've had a lot of unfortunate plays here in this game. I do not want to relive
Syndra is building a Banshee's Veil instead of just spacing correctly. It's really, it's all just coming together. That's all I can really say.
It is
Take
what
a look
it is.
at Ben and Mystic just being caught out in mid lane. Nothing really makes a whole lot of sense here. And Dynamics, they look like they're going to be the ones that pick up the Infernal Dragon. I mean, I can't see a world where they wouldn't. One of the criticisms I would have for Olaf in this game is not just going Solari, because when Karthus presses Requiem, you just all stand in a ball and activate it and then laugh. You actually type in all chat, haha.
Yeah. That's going to have a lot more value than your own individual MR.
You could ask, how are you feeling right now?
Yeah. How does it feel to go up against me, the Olaf Chad? Here's Team Dynamics on the Infernal. Should be able to just burst this down.
If Afreeca take this fight and lose it, they're most likely... Okay.
Well, it's a good start for Dynamics, as you can see already. Just able to zone them out now. Man, nothing is going right now as they're going to go to the back line, though. Here comes Kiin, trying to do that damage, and he will get the Lux, but only the Lux. But still, the Karthus damage and Mystic alive. They're getting poked out, though, as a nice Q onto Rich, but deokdam still alive, able to zone them away with that range as the flash from Spirit. Well, that was never going to work. deokdam is just going to walk away. And there you go. 5,000 damage will go the way of deokdam. And once those fights break down, this Caitlyn just begins to take over.
Yeah, I mean, you see the problems unfolding inside of the fights. The Irelia R ends up whipping. The items are also not super great. Let's take a look at this one more time. Ben on Nautilus, not really doing anything because he doesn't have the ability to. Vanguard's ends up whipping. He's fighting onto the Olaf. Karthus is not super high up, and just look at the Slicing Maelstrom. It's basically saying, hey, Syndra and Aphelios, you can't enter the game. There's so much terrain control. It's just so problematic for these champions because they're just so off steam with each other. And Karthus is not doing any damage, unfortunately.
Yeah, he got the Requiem, which got denied by tons of shields, one stopwatch, just pretty much everything that Team Dynamics had in their kit, and then he got one Q to kill Rich, and that was it. So definitely not getting the value. Even though Kiin misses Vanguard's heads, he still landed a pretty sick stun onto the backline, and we also had the follow-up couple of stuns come in from Fly. So if those didn't hit, I think it would have just been a landslide victory for Team Dynamics. And it is showing that Afreeca, with some of their top players, are still trying to carry it from here. But the Karthus definitely not getting the value we would have liked here, as now Team Dynamics is going to try to gonna try to move on in to the enemy jungle and take what they can.
Well, Dynamics are in a pretty commanding position. It's not just a 4,000 gold lead. It's also that their comp is a lot better, and the Infernal Dragon. And interestingly enough, the Infernal Dragon, because it gives Karma more AP, it converts into more EHP. So in a weird way, that's also giving health over to Dynamics, which is even more scary. Yeah, the Baron is, I mean, he's gone.
Yep. See you later, Baron.
Good night.
Good friend of Team Dynamics now. You can see Afreeca. At least they don't do the thing that we see some teams do where it's like, oh, you're going to take the Baron. We must fight. We have to go in. And sometimes it makes sense where it's like, if they get this, the game is over. We have to fight. But sometimes like this, I mean, obviously you're in a really precarious situation, but I don't think they, you know, I don't think the game is unwinnable from here, but we'll have to see. Things obviously looking really good for Team Dynamics, who they definitely look, I think, better in this series, I would have to say, compared to some of the 5 losses they've taken in a row in the past.
Well, they're in a very commanding position. This Baron's going to persist into the next dragon.
Oh boy. Spotted.
Spotted, yeah.
Yeah, that's Olaf.
Yeah.
And look at him. He's getting shielded to Oblivion.
Look at the damage.
Yeah.
So Aphelios can damage him, but
you can't get in range most of the time.
Well, and there's the...
Okay, well... Yeah.
It's really sad. This is...
Okay, nice engage here, but the stopwatch, and in goes Kiin, but he's exhausted immediately. Rich, though, okay, they're going to trade top laners here. And wow, that Caitlyn damage is insanity. What he's able to do. Ben is trying so hard, it's Mystic. Now on the engage, he's going to be able to take down Beyond. And the triple kill goes to Spirit, of all people in this game. As we got 30 seconds to the Infernal, they're going to stand on it and try to take it.
Valdez,
boy.
I am so perplexed right now. Even Rich, I mean, look at the player cam. He probably can't believe it right now. Caitlyn had one job and just couldn't do it. Ben found the needle in the haystack in that fight. We're going to see it in the replay. Karthus now with the Void Stab. Will Karma have Death Cap by that Infernal Soul fight? That's going to be the big question. Kuzan is over here with GuGer, but yeah, I mean, and Infernal, it will go the way of Afreeca unless Lux?
They have some burst, and it is going to go the way of Spirit. So nice little smite there. Be able to take that one down.
All right, so let's take a look at this team fight. Just look at how pathetic the damage by Fly and Spirit is in this team fight. Requiem ends up coming out, and then it gets laughed at. The shields are just so much. And then, for some reason, Rich runs forward. Look at Irelia. This is what we were alluding to earlier. She can't go backline. There's too many shields. There's too many ways to lock her up and then just knock her down. But Ben, needle in the haystack. Beyond just had to eat the hook and everything would just end. So Dynamics is on such a different page there. And so Karthus, with his Defile, just running with all the lay waste, ends up finally getting a triple kill. Has the Void Staff. Dynamics are now trying to shift into some siege here. The Baron has really helped Rich stabilize the EXP as well against Kiin.
Take a look at the shielding here in this game. It's actually less than I thought it would be. I mean, it's still obviously a lot. But, still.
I don't know how to read this.
We're going to have even more.
I'll be honest with you.
So the little number was healed and the big number was shielded, and they put it together. And I think it's the amount of damage that was denied or returned.
Okay.
So
Lux is denied. All right. Well,
a good 4,000 damage.
If you look at a lot of the team fights, the shields come out when the key ability casts are coming in. So those are pretty key denials.
That is true.
That's a weird graphic to read, though. I'm just not used to it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's Adaptive Helm on Olaf.
Where is the locket?
Yeah, I don't know where the Solari locket is
Someone's got to build it eventually, right?
I really feel like people have forgotten what the item does. But
maybe, what's his name, Boris? Maybe Boris tricked them into believing it doesn't exist anymore.
Cheryl. Well, I have no idea if that's her name, but Cheryl, the shopkeeper at the bottom left, the cat lady.
Oh, okay.
She has like a worn out book on the top shelf. If you ever zoom in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of sounds like old Yumi.
You go to buy that book because you're like, wow, that really looks historic and cool. I would really like that as, you know, a house decorating. She like puts it in a bag and boxes it up, wraps it all nice for you with ribbon and stuff. You get home, you open up, and it's a Morello.
Oh, God.
That's the only way she can sell it, you know?
The worst possible outcome.
That's how they advertise it.
Some shady business deals. You should probably talk to the Leandri salesman. I hear he's really on the street and narrow.
You know, he got lost.
Yeah?
What happened? That's why he's the lost shopkeeper.
Oh, okay.
So,
Leandri salesman.
Yeah. He went on a delivery and he never came back.
He's hiding out in Korea.
Yeah.
Mystic is AFK. Okay, he's back. And it's kind of annoying, the ace in the hole. But we're just kind of waiting here for the Baron and the Infernal to spawn. There's going to be Infernal Soul.
Yeah.
Point for Afreeca if they take it. And Baron comes up here now.
Baron's up right now, but Dynamic can't just start it. Oh, man. And here's what I'm worrying about is Karma's night and day spike of the Rabadon's death cap. I don't think she's going to have it for either one of these dances, and that is so problematic. She's sitting on double needlessly large rod right now, so close to that spike.
Ooh, that was actually close, but immediately a giant shield follows it up.
And Spirit doesn't have 16. I wonder how close he is to getting it. That would be a really interesting stat. You know, Wolves are up. Maybe he's going to go over and try to pick those up. No, he's not.
This is where we need the gauge right under Spirit's name.
Yeah.
Like, just take away the health and mana for a second.
Dean? Nope.
So we can see him on the screen.
He's moving to... Ooh, Raptors might do it. Raptors might be 16. Maybe that's why he's over here just waiting.
Yeah.
Because you can see he's not moving up to golems, so it's not like he needs both. Is this...
Well, no.
Scuttle Crab, maybe? Scuttle
Hang on, Spirit.
All right, Scuttle Crab.
Yeah.
Can the observer, please?
No, it's not that. I think they gave that kill over to Mystic. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the LCK special, by the way. The Baron for the Baron for the soul, you know, and
yeah. Well, Rich is nowhere to be found.
He's trying to line it up.
Okay.
He's trying to line up the shot onto Caitlyn.
Okay, Rich. Oh, there's the flash immediately comes in, and Spirit takes an amazing amount of damage, and Fly just being kited out. The Requiem comes in, but Fly is already dead, and that's going to be the kill onto the Caitlyn, though. Take a look at Kiin, as they don't quite have the damage to take him out. GuGer going to get the snipe there, and finally it looks like Kiin is going to go down, as GuGer, Beyond, and Kuzan, the ragtag group of kind of the supportive champions in this comp, are eventually just going to run them down.
Yeah.
As Karthus...
The shields are so insane, man.
Okay, some Qs. Trying to get it
Oh!
here. Oh, he nearly got it.
Oh!
Actually, there it is. They take out the Olaf, and these two can't do Baron alone. And so we're going to have another song and a dance.
Well, that was... All right, so let's take a look at how this all transpired. So Fly really trolled the fight. I have no idea where he's going or why he just did what he did. I really have no idea. I wish I could tell you, Valdez, but literally anything else would have been a more positive result. Rich locking up Mystic. They end up bringing him down, which is so crucial. And then Karma...
What's going on in live here? What is this?
What is going on here?
Kuzan and Rich in a really precarious situation. Rich is just going to die. And yeah, Olaf is dead. Just burst it.
Olaf is... Spirit.
They're trying to deny the burst coming out, but Smite is going to not. Okay, that... Neither jungler was there, actually, Forgot that Spirit also died in the trade, so it does go the way of Afreeca. That is massive.
Was absolutely stealable by Dynamics.
Oh yeah, for
so
sure.
scary of a situation.
This series is crazy, by the way. I don't know why we've had this insane back and forth for 2 games in a row now.
And Karthus almost at the Rabadon's death cap as well now.
It's the Monka W state.
Yeah, this is absolutely the Monka W.
I mean, either team could win from here
Still
now.
no Solari, by the way. I really don't know what's going on with it. So we come back into live, and eventually we end up at the right-hand side. Kuzan stuck between a rock and a hard place. He can't really go to the right. Fly would just eventually hit him with the Scatter of the Week. And Rich is looking kind of poor with some of the decisions that he's been making.
It was a good hook by Ben, but at the same time, as you mentioned, like, why is Rich there? Like, I guess he didn't expect the Nautilus to round the bend. It's one scary, big nautical monster. And, yeah, just able to get that hook down. Rich with no flash in the fight, not able to get out of there. Burst down. There's still so much insane value for Dynamics with all their shields. And we have a Giant's Belt next for the Olaf, so no Solari as a 5th item. But maybe we'll get there eventually. Maybe Lux is gonna build it with her 1,200 health. Again, I'm a little bit tilted, not gonna lie. And yeah, now we're kind of running it down mid.
K-Ram.
Yeah.
What is happening here?
No flanks from either side.
When is the last time you saw a team with Infernal Soul being so cautious and defensive? I think it really does speak volumes to a little bit of a Diffy in the Driffy. You know, I mean, that's just what it is. Oh, man. Kiin gets tagged, ends up being spotted out.
And this is just posturing. Check your posture, because we can tell that both these teams are never-ending. Straightening out of the back, bending over, looking for the angle, peeking around the corner. It's very difficult for Kiin and Rich. What is Spirit is in the weirdest spot. He's immediately just gonna die. And there you go. Has to throw out Requiem, but there's 0 follow-up. They don't want to fight a 4v5, and that should be Baron going the way of Team Dynamics. No jungler here for Afreeca.
Yeah, I really don't know. And, I mean, Karma, she has Athene's at 250, just waiting to give someone a shield.
Yeah.
That is a pretty big heal. Redemption comes out, heals everyone up as well. And Spirit, I mean, using the Requiem when he did, a little bit surprising. The K-Trap's Rich. Doesn't have flash, but he's looking for... Okay, he's been spotted out. It looks like Afreeca are going to give up the Baroon and just decide to shove in mid. We're going to get one last song and a dance here in this fight. We got 2.5 minutes until the Elder is going to come up.
This is just spotted by the scanner.
Well, Spirit just in one of the most peculiar spots.
Bizarre even.
Yeah. Bewildering, truly.
Yeah. Unfathomable. For real.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is definitely one of the sloppiest games. Now Spirit's he's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be a game that he's going to look back on with warm thoughts and nice feelings.
Oh, lock it!
Did it. He did it.
Sold his Giant's Belt.
There you go.
Lock it.
He heard us.
He did actually, yeah.
Maybe Boris heard us. Told us. There you go. Thanks, shopkeeper. Convinced beyond. Ooh, that's you don't want to step on the traps. It's generally not what you want to do. As Caitlyn is pretty out of control right now. You see that Ben, I believe that was Ben, could have been Kiin, looking for the flank here, but there's so much wardage. Yeah, it was Ben. He's going to come back and join the team, so it should be double inhibitor here, you'd imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the TP.
Okay, Kiin is looking to end the game here.
They're already backing, they know.
They know. Oh, well, Mantra on cooldown.
Oh,
Mantra
now-
on cooldown.
Now they definitely know Kiin is back here. That stun really close to hitting Rich, but nobody from Afreeca was really available to follow up. And so the return to the inhibitor.
Fly. It does not make a whole lot of sense. The decisions that he's making on Syndra.
Well,
He is being so reserved.
yeah. And at this point in the game, the value of the Syndra
Yeah, I mean,
is just like, he barely even exists.
Syndra? Thought it was Janna.
Lost sight.
30 minutes.
I could see why you might have thought that way.
Yeah.
And eventually, he will get a death cap. But against all these shields and the defensive itemization of Team Dynamics, Syndra generally not going to have a fun time in the later stages of the game. So that's what we're talking about. Obviously, once you do get Void Staff, Death Cap, and Infernal Soul, he's not going to be Janna, but he's going to, you know, he's going to be like Team. But either way, I might just be trying to get the Banshee's Baron, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, so Baron is dissipated, and as long as there's a minion wave in close proximity to this Elder, the fight can still end the game for Afreeca. But with the way that the wave is hurting in top lane, those super minions will end the game.
Oh, here we go! Trying to get on top of deokdam, but he has the room in the back, and the Requiem doesn't do the damage. Kiin is going to go down. We have Mystic, though, trying to go 200 years. Can he do it? He's trying to frontline here as deokdam is going to do the damage. Spirit now trying to flash on in as Beyond has taken so much damage. The Syndra ultimate comes in as Fly is all alone. He is not okay. He's still on the run, and there you go. The Q will do it, and Team Dynamics will be able to take the game number 2. All they got to do is run up to this massive wave in the top lane.
Yeah, they have teleports. Yeah, this should definitely be it. I mean, Ben is going to come up, but we are going to a game number 3.
This is going to go the distance. We see that Ben, though, he's trying to come on in here, and with the massive shielding, they're trying to auto it down. Should be able to. Ben is so sad, as he wished he could do anything against the shields. GG. There you go. That was like a 45.